You know, gang, one of my favorite plants to grow indoors is the orchid, and this is the moth orchid or Phalaenopsis. It's a great, easy beginner orchid to start with. They come in a variety of colors, beautiful flowers, and like I said, super easy to grow. So this is going to be the first video of a series of videos on how to grow, where to put them in your house, how to water them, how to fertilize them. We'll be posting videos to tag on to this one in the weeks to come. But in this first episode, I do want to talk about the ideal growing conditions for a Phalaenopsis or moth orchid. Now, of course, these come from tropical regions and they do like high heat and high humidity. That's not always the case here in the southeast, and it may not always be the case where you live. So we do generally treat these as houseplants, if you will. Now, of course, one of the first things we want to talk about is the temperature that these babies love. They do like to be warm, maybe 60 degrees at 60, 65 degrees at the lowest, and then 85 or so at the highest. We really don't want to go below 60 with these or above 90. It's just too far extreme for them. And then, of course, they do like high humidity. Ideally, they would like to have humidity of 50 to 70%. Now, we don't always have that in the house because we would have water dripping off of the walls with that kind of humidity. But we will talk about some ways that you can place water around them or use a humidifier nearby so that they are healthy and happy. The other thing they love, because they are epiphytes, they grow in trees in the tropical regions that they're from, is simply the fact that they do not like to stay wet. They need good air circulation, particularly around their root systems. So when we get to the video on how to pot them up, you'll see that they do require a special kind of potting mix, something different than we usually put in other plants. So with that in mind, as long as we get the humidity right, the temperature right, and provide them with plenty of air circulation, you will have some healthy and happy Phalaenopsis or moth orchids. So be sure to check out this next video because we will be talking on how to buy these plants and then take them out of their little tiny pots, their grower pots, and put them into something more beautiful. And of course, we'll talk about all the ingredients to the potting mix they'll need. So be sure to stick around for that video, and then we'll talk more and more about these lovely orchids, the moth orchid or Phalaenopsis. So stay well and grow well.